Come on. No, it's meow mix. Try again.
Oh, welcome everybody to the Plumes of Hazard. I, as always, am your host, the Angsful Vapor. To my left is the lovely, talented Foo Baka, and right down there below me is the Master of Blasters, the Voider of Warranties himself, Mass Blast 09.
Welcome.
Solange, oh crap.
I got chat link.
I forgot to give you the chat link before that. Sorry. Where's the chat? Here we go. There you go. Angry cat makes sense. Yeah, it does. When I saw that last week, I about peed myself. I almost did both videos last week just because that one made me so much laugh. I haven't done this yet until just a minute ago, right when the intro is rolling, but this cracked me up. That looks pretty cool. Now, that's not as effective as Mr. Mass Blast mask.
Yeah, this is a level 4 biohazard containment suit mask. This is the only thing I can use when I need to fart and I'm in the vicinity. That's a great way to test your masks. If you fart and you smell it.
Yeah. No, see, I can do it, you can do it, but Ahmed's got the finger. He's got the...
It's all the hair on the finger.
It's all the hair on the finger that helps.
I mean, the hair on the finger on the side you don't see.
That's all the other.
Oh, here can you see the hair on my finger here?
Got that one. Hold on, we gotta blur that, otherwise we'll get in trouble.
I guarantee you, the freaking thumbnail is going to be my big fat head with this thing on. You know, I had to have this. I special ordered this a long time ago. It's actually kind of funny because okay, hang on.
Is that to protect you from caramel syrup fumes?
You want to cook some meth?
Oh, Jose Raul the Syndicate. Wait, you're in Kiln? That's cool. So we got a Berliner and a Cologne guy. How did we get that, by the way, in English? I mean, it's Kiln, right? It's K-O umlaut L-N. I don't know how we got Cologne. It's weird.
Cologne.
Yeah.
So funny story. I've had this mask for a while, even before.
Yeah, you were using it for powder coating originally, right?
Well, so I have the smaller one that has N100 filters, which I'm using now when I go out. But and I originally got that one because I was dealing with some heavy metals, and I didn't want that stuff to be breathing that stuff. So
yeah.
You know, stuff like lead and stuff like that. So I was going to be doing spraying some stuff that was, you know, an organic that is now good to be breathing, and you need a I forget what the classification is, but an organic vapor a filter.
Yeah, right.
You know, so that's got an N100 on top, and then it's got an organic filter on it. You know, you could literally be in chlorine. You know, shut up. You can be in.
That was a good yawn there, Megan.
She's not yawning. She's talking.
Oh, well, okay.
You have Courage the Cowardly Dog as a dog?
Yeah, that's right.
Sound like one of the mumble rappers.
She's gonna bark, but keep barking. No, she's lazy, so she's sitting there like scratching her ear, and it feels really good. And then I stop. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
But she'll
feeling
talk.
really good.
She'll talk. But no. So anyway, so I got that mask. Beforehand, it's funny because the story was so I bought it on Amazon. It was probably around 120 something bucks. Nothing crazy. Well, that mask now goes for like $400.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
But it was I actually have used it when we're cleaning the house and I'm vacuuming because dust really gets to me. Yeah. And I was wearing the other one, but then all the shit was still getting in my eyes, and it's great, to do that with. But yeah, I mainly got it for outside, and it's it's been great. Or like if I'm ever needing to cut something and I'm throwing up a bunch of dust, I don't want to get that shit in my face. It's good to have. So long story short, when I ordered it, it came in and the box looked like they put it in a box that had something that weighed around 40-50 pounds, and it had smashed the mask.
Yeah.
So I contacted Amazon. I'm like, hey, here's the pictures. Here's what happened. And they were like, yeah, don't even bother sending the other one back. Just we're sending you a new one. I mean, nice. I was like, well, because that's a problem too, right? So if you're really using that to keep you alive, if you're going to be around gases,
yeah,
take the risk,
No fooling, right? No fooling around.
Which still cracks me up with, people and wearing masks and stuff like that, and because they have no idea how decontamination of all that stuff works, or how having a beard screws it up and all that. So,
right. So that is one thing I was going to bring up. So even Texas has now fallen, so to speak, to requiring masks out in public. Going into, because for a while there was certain stores like Costco and stuff like that would require it because that's that was their prerogative. But they have passed a state legislation thing over the last few days. Requiring it everywhere. But
the Twitter thread was hilarious.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I didn't see it.
It was cringe, but also hilarious.
I bet.
He lost a lot of people's votes just from making people wear masks.
And then again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lung pulmonologist, whatever doctor person that. But the little disposable little surgical mask, basically, that people are passing out. If you don't have one and you're going into a store, they'll hand you one, right? Okay. But from what I've been reading, like those things, they work for about 15 minutes, kind of, of you. And now they don't do anything with you inhaling, right?
Correct.
You're inhaling. Yeah. It's coming from everywhere around. Doesn't matter how clean shaven you are. Yeah. You've got gaps. So just like everything else, air is going to go the least resistance, just like electricity and everything else. So it's going to come in. So you're breathing regular air. You're not breathing filtered air. So, and then people said, okay, this is not for you. This is for you protecting other people, right?
Yeah.
Fine. But then that's what stuff I was reading is those masks, they last for about 10, 15 minutes and they're totally useless. Once your breath condenses,
surgeons have to swap them out every 20 minutes because they end up getting too much moisture on them.
Right.
And that's where, you do the
wipe
the forehead, mask off, man.
Yeah. Well, and that's the problem is that people are even reusing disposable masks.
Right.
And I mean, and really, like, I think the number one case use for that is going to be asymptomatic people, right? You might have it. You feel perfectly fine. You might be out there going, spreading it all.
Can't have it if it never existed.
Yeah. So, no, I honestly have my biggest beef with this is it's just, because our county had a county meeting where they were going to decide if they were going to mandate masks out in public for our county, and we're a very red county.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't I don't like the whole making it a political issue.
Yeah, totally. It's ridiculous.
It was kind of inevitable. We'd politicize crumbs if we could.
Right.
I know, but what I think it's doing is part of this is also politicizing science.
Yes.
And what some people who are true scientists have spent, that's just like a doctor or a lawyer or something like that, where you're not just doing this for years for fun and spending thousands of dollars for fun. there's reasons why there's research, and there is, you do hospital stays and all that other stuff when you do that.
Well,
and to me it just feels like it's, when you politicize something like that, it erodes it. I mean, there was a great article that was put in the paper here a few weeks back about so in Cocoa Beach, we knew that the launch with the two astronauts was going to be huge, and there was going to be a lot of people here. So we had over 1 million visitors come into that area, Cocoa Beach, area. So before that, they were testing sewage for any traces of COVID. There's a company that basically was contracted to start testing weeks before. Nothing in the water.
Okay.
Well, right during and right after the launch, they actually started detecting it, which gave some kind of clue to those people weren't here.
Right.
Visitors came in that had it, that might not even know that had it, and it was detected very, very small, but it was detected in the sewage.
Right.
In the, water that was, reclaimed back. And, the comments on this thread of junk science and this and that, I'm like, you guys, this has got nothing to do with politics.
No.
This it's the same way people forget. Like, it's the same way when the St. Louis encephalitis was happening, and the schools were having to close football games and do all that other stuff, and they started doing like contact tracing of, like, they literally would put chickens out in different neighborhoods and test them to see where the mosquitoes were moving. And if that was like the early detection of the encephalitis that was transmitted via mosquitoes. Yeah. It was literally, that's how you do, and people are losing their mind about the contact tracing and how science works. And it's like, man, this is not political. This is
no, it shouldn't be, but you're right. I think Vu's right. It is inevitable a little bit these days anyway, especially.
It was. And the thing is even before this, just kind of the general theme in the age of the internet is the expert opinion has become marginalized. If you look at the fucking anti-vax movement before this, right? And that anti-vax movement started, 10 years ago, 12 years ago?
Yeah.
Whenever the fuck that started. Even in the vaping industry, right? Before the FDA came in and fucked us all, when we were still a relatively self-run industry, some of us had doubts about vaping on copper and brass.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what? Jabo, PhD, Esquire, whatever other fucking titles I can give him that he doesn't actually have, said, oh, it's perfectly fine to vape on copper and brass.
Right.
Of course he's going to tell you that because he sells his fucking Addy in both finishes. Right. So we kind of fallen for the salesman and not the expert, because I felt, sometimes the smart, like what does Dennis Miller do when he tries to act smart? It pisses people off.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. No one likes a fucking nerd in the room.
Right.
Kind of where this all stems. And so kind of everything else after that is an afterthought, but that's kind of where it started.
Yeah. The reason I bring that up is because we know, at least people who have done a little bit of research know that the disposable things don't really work that great. But the other thing is they don't even mandate those, right? If you go in with a bandana wrapped around your head, you go in with one of these things, the little these are basically sunscreens, right? They're just
it's better than nothing. That's what I tell people.
Yeah, it's probably better than nothing, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. It's weird. It's still
better. It's like, you're gonna tell me that if I go up to Angst and sneeze on his face without a mask versus with a t-shirt over his face, it's gonna be the same exact outcome. That's what I tell people.
Maybe.
Which is why directly farting in someone's pillow bare ass gives them pink eye, and not while you have your jeans and underwear on.
Yeah, I had a buddy of mine in high school many years ago that theorized that the bare ass fart is way different because if you have underwear on, it filters the farticles.
It filters the literal poo particles.
He called them farticles, which is brilliant. I love it.
Particles, yeah.
As soon as I said that, Masty coughed.
So there was a meme that was like, you expect the mask to work when you can smell a fart through ass cheeks underwear. I'm like, yeah, you're blocking the poo particles.
And now you got a new word to describe them.
Poo particles.
No,
farticles.
Articles.
microscopic dingleberries.
That's the thing is I think the idea is once you've been wearing things for a few minutes, you probably could sneeze on me with a soaked mask that you've had on for a few minutes, and you're just going to be blowing that out, right? I mean, that's why
There's still
right?
a layer of resistance to that. That's what I'm saying.
But you're blowing the stuff that's in the mask now out. So yeah, the mask may catch the
potentially. Yeah, if you're wearing a sopping wet mask, you should be sterilized. But
probably.
So they're talking about SB 810 on here.
Mm-hmm.
Steven Tyler was talking about, and Addy said that he heard that that DeSantis signed it, but I'm looking. No, I don't even think Casal has an update on it yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure because I did see that. Well, while you look for that, I did want to mention because Addy actually already mentioned it a minute ago. In case you haven't been checking your email today, I did happen to check mine and saw that Casal sent out an email today to everybody, and what they're saying is they're doing something they have never done before, which is they're directly asking for donations now. So it's always been free, and apparently I assume it will probably always be free to actually be there. But the problem is they said they've seen their donations drop by 40% the last few months.
Wow.
So they, in order to
sense.
keep them doing what they're doing, and even if, and I know there's some naysayers out there about what the efficacy of what they do, but one of the things that they do well is they watch all of the state's stuff, they watch the federal state stuff, and they notify people and then give you an easy way to contacting your reps, right? Even if they did nothing else. To me, that's a huge service. So CASA.org, that's where you need to do. You need to go over there. You need to kick them a couple bucks and help them out. You caught syphilis from a toilet seat. That's no good.
Yeah, I still don't see it.
You shouldn't be hooking up. You shouldn't be hooking up with Aunt Phyllis like that.
That's right. That's right. Ooh.
Remember, you can't have syphilis without Phyllis.
That's true. I need to step away. I'll be right back.
So, Masty, how was your July 4th weekend?
It was good.
Shot some stuff.
I'm still trying to see. I don't see anything of him signing it, but
my 4th of July weekend was good. Had a barbecue with the family.
True.
In the park. It was so fucking hot, though.
Yeah, it was hot, dude.
Jesus
Speaking of barbecue, I tried to stop today to take a picture. I kid you not. It was Jones Barbecue Catering. I was like, what?
Oh, COVID probably led them to close the foot massage division of their.
I was like, oh my God, I gotta get a picture of this.
Don't you hate when you're at a light and you pull out your phone, the light turns green, you're like, God damn it.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
I was at the post office and I drove by and I was like, what? Jones Barbecue? I'm like, I want to go back. So
yeah, I wouldn't
they have
mind
foot
some
massage
Jones
there?
Barbecue. No, that's the thing. So you say it was just Jones Barbecue. I said COVID may have led them to drop the foot massage division of their business.
Damn, I missed your joke, but at least I was right there with you.
You can deliver ribs, chicken, whatever. But you could deliver a foot massage.
Everybody better be masked.
Dude, on my front stoop, I would get a pedicure. Set it up.
Home delivery of pedicures.
Well, the thing is, my stoop isn't as comfortable as like the pedicure chairs, though.
Well, yeah, sure.
So
he did sign the Clean Waterways Act, which prohibits cities and towns from banning certain sunscreens that are, killing all the coral reef.
It prohibits them from prohibiting it?
Yes. Oh. Prohibits them from banning the sunscreen that's killing
the
coral reef, which is, some of the people come down to actually look at the coral.
Yeah. And they're kind of, a little important.
Yeah. I would say.
Yeah. So that's kind of a bummer.
It's just some fucking underwater amoebas.
Yeah.
Yes. So I have some vape mail this week.
I don't.
The first vape mail is over here.
Have I got anything cool in the mail this week that's worth sharing?
Oh,
I got some rail cracker,
rails crackers.
and then I got some rail cracker.
I was gonna say, I'm like, you didn't order anything different.
And I got some rail cracker. So that's perfect.
Yeah, I just checked on the bill history.
Yeah.
And there is no. I'm looking at the Florida Senate bill history, and last action was 312. So I don't know. I don't know if it amendments, vote history.
Fessy said he think it passed the Senate, but needs to go to the House.
Yeah,
Which means I assume the government hasn't signed it yet.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
And then the other vape mail is I have vape mail coming in on Friday, and that vape mail is Mr. Todd e-cigarette reviews. If anybody is somewhat familiar with my favorite Scottish person, whoa.
Whoa.
So for those who don't know, Todd is
my space bar and it muted it.
Todd is a Scot in a shed who doesn't say he says M.
Yes, he says M. So he has his tank addies coming out, and mine has shipped. And I needed something to test the tank addy, and so fresh embossment, fresh vape mail from Josh, fresh get pissed, lots of it. That'll do me for a little while. Flavor enhanced, howdy. So got some vape mail this week. That rail cracker should last me for a little while. And I'm looking forward to trying his addy out. I pre-ordered it. I know, and I know our old thing with pre-orders, but it's Todd. How am I gonna not go ahead and pre-order his stuff? Todd and Sasha and Del Boy, big collab, and yeah, no, I pre-ordered it, and it's I assume it's gonna be good. I assume Todd's vaped way too many tanks to put out a shitty tank.
True.
So I'm guessing it's gonna be fine.
3 days later, this thing is fucking terrible. I'm just saying, you set yourself a high bar for Friday. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I have. I admit it. I have. But on the other hand, so you'll know it's not any good if I just don't say anything after today. After today, if you don't hear me talk about it anymore, it's probably not that great. It's probably going to be great. It's probably going to be at least highly decent, is my guess. That's my guess. But I mean, I haven't used a tank addy in a while. It's going to be
wow. Okay. So, unrelated note. See, that just posted a video in our Discord that's called From Metalhead Redneck, Rednek, Lancaster Chew Review. And this kid doesn't look older than 15.
Oh, boy.
I can't wait to watch this when we're done.
I bet that's going to be solid. What was the other piece of vape news? Not me.
Yo, that kid's mouth probably smells like the East River.
Jeez. Where is that? Now I got to figure out how to bring this up. Let's see. Let's do this.
What are those on his chest? Are those flapjacks?
Open link. Oh, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Where's the... This is the problem with Slack. Copy? Yeah, there we go. See if that works. We'll see if that works. Here. Now, can I place this here?
I can't help but think COVID killed my hopes of ever going to a UK vape show. That's the only other vape show I ever plan to attend at any point.
Yeah.
Yeah, a UK show would have been fun.
It would have been fun. I agree. That is one that I kind of missed. I know
it was on my list because I always wanted to go to one, whether it was work or funds or what have you. Couldn't make it work.
Right.
So it sucks because I can afford to fly now and take the time off, but
oh, flavor enhanced spoon story.
We know you.
Yeah. So I did get that
You're
link
one
up
of us.
finally. Sorry, it took me a minute, but let me grab the screen share and I'll pop this over. So Festy sent this over earlier today, and I wanted to share it with you guys because I thought it was interesting. So there's something new coming out of China. So this thing is kind of weird. My initial thought when I saw it was it looks like a tosser stick, except for made out of plastic, and apparently you can use a Boro in it, or at least a Boro.
And they probably have better customer service.
It probably has better customer service.
And won't call you a fucking liar.
But so this thing, it looks kind of cool. The interesting thing about it, obviously, is it's the reason I say it's a tosser stick is obviously it looks like a side by side, so you could use a tank addy or use like a Boro style thing, and it's also got apparently an Evolve board in it, the DNA 60, which is pretty cool. And it's got the little adjustment switches on the bottom, and it's got the front fire switch. It's basically exactly like the tosser, which is kind of interesting. Now, one thing that I didn't notice until just now, let's enhance. Ooh, not that. Enhance over here. Now that, maybe that's just a nameplate, but it looks kind of like a display. Maybe it's just a nameplate because clearly the display is on the bottom, and it looks like that one may not be the Evolve one because it looks like they've got an Evolve one and a Sevo 70, which I have no idea what a Sevo 70 is, but
it's not an Evolve.
No, it is not. But anyway, I thought it was kind of interesting, mostly because the price is probably great considering it's like a plastic tosser stick coming from China. So I'm assuming the price will be good. Now I'm not. I would consider getting one of these if I didn't have a functional tosser stick sitting around here somewhere. But I do, so I probably won't. But that said, I don't think my Todd's Addy is going to go on anything but this little Wicket from Limelight. Because I don't ever use it, and I love it because it's Limelight and tiny and cool. So I assume this is what is going to house my little har when it comes in on Monday. Who is that? Is that Craig?
No.
I mean, flavor enhanced doesn't sound like a.
It sounds familiar. I just don't remember who they are.
It doesn't sound like a chess master.
No.
Oh wait, I just realized that I'm still screen sharing. All right, cool. There we go. We're back. We're back. So that is what that's what I've been going on. I want to talk about the mass. Talk about all my ridiculous amount of juice mail. I bought. What else did I get recently that we can talk about? Oh, we can talk about this. So I had a what do they call those things? A rabbit, the wine opener, like the big levers and levers.
Oh yeah, you were showing that off last week.
Oh, did I mention this thing?
Yeah.
Wait, let me see.
I didn't know you drank enough wine to get a nice bottle
I don't,
opener.
but when my parents come over, it's usually if I'm gonna have a drink, it's gonna be a whiskey. So, but yeah, no, if I didn't
Really, don't even like occasionally drink wine. It's good.
I'm glad you said it was a wine opener because for a second I was wondering.
Yeah, not that kind of rabbit.
Oh, okay.
Different kind. This is like
Oh, boy.
Joseph and Joseph thing, but instead of having like the big long flappers and the big thing or whatever, this thing's all compact, but it clicks out.
Last time I heard that rabbit reference, I was watching Sex in the City. That was a long fucking time ago.
So we got one of those automatic jobbies. You just put it on the top, push the button.
Is it one of the like the compressed air ones? They shoots down the inert gas or whatever.
No, it goes in, pulls the cork out.
Oh, it's
gotcha.
like a little like 5-volt drill thing. It just kind of slowly goes in. Like,
It's an auger, and it pulls the cork out. And then when you got it off the bottle, you hit it again, and it drops the cork for you.
Right.
Works pretty good.
So I thought you were talking about the ones that have they have a needle and it's like an inert gas that like nitrogen or whatever. You pop in there and it pops it out of there.
No.
I'm terrible at opening wine bottles, but you know what I'm really good at?
Drinking wine.
Well, that and getting out a cork that's stuck or it's halfway broken. I use sharp tweezers to kind of poke in to kind of get a little.
Yeah.
I was at my brother's place and that happened. And this is when I still kept a rebuild kit in my bag. So I had the really fucking sharp Coil Master tweezers because they give you a few different types.
Yeah.
So I used those and I was able to just like
Sneak it in there.
Yeah, I mean, I was like 5 or 6 drinks deep, so my hands were like unmovable.
So steady.
I was like, and then I went back to slurring my words after I was done with that.
Right. But it's just, I mean, we've talked about this before. Like when you're playing pool or you're throwing darts, you need to have.
There's a sweet spot of drinking that I do.
Yes.
The max is 4 for me.
But it depends on how long
like
you're
maybe
there.
every 2 or 3 games I have to refresh and
Right.
like have another drink.
Yeah, and you don't want to go faster than that because you get too drunk. But you need enough so you're steady.
And then you fucking, I was so drunk playing one. It was just like I think I had like the 6 right near the corner pocket, and the cue was maybe a foot away. And I gorilla handed it so bad. It went in, but the cue was like on the other side of the bar. So I lost my turn, no less.
Yes, I bet.
Dude, why'd you bring up
said it's
pool?
just compressed air. He said it's not a gas. I swear I've seen one that takes the little nitrogen, 12 grams, that pops it. Maybe I'm crazy.
Why'd you bring up pool? I mean,
Sorry.
don't be sorry, but I'm just like, I was already really craving shooting pool.
Yeah.
I was trying to find a place around work to shoot at occasionally, and then this shit happened. And I haven't given pool a thought since.
Yeah.
Now I really want to fucking shoot pool.
I do too, dude. It's been years since I shot any pool.
Well, I haven't been years. It's probably been. I don't think I've gone since the winter. So
It's probably been 2 or 3 years probably since I shot. I used to shoot all the time.
yeah.
Not anymore. Or it's like if you break the cork, just push it in.
And that's the thing is that when I got the cork out, because we were using an aerator anyway, so it's not going to worry about chunklets or anything ending up in the.
Yeah.
You might have gotten tiny, tiny little turdlets, but whatever.
Right.
Turdlets. I haven't used that one in a while. Turd. That's a good one. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah. So back to the little tosser stick alike thing. He says SXK is making the thing, so it's probably their board. Yeah, I assume so. Oh, dude, just now I got a notification that my har just hit Cincinnati. Ooh,
Nice.
Hardy har.
Hardy.
Do you set up the? Is it USPS?
No, DHL.
Oh, DHL.
Coming from Croatia, so.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Those guys. I was talking to Festi, I think, about this earlier. Speaking of which, I've got my juice mail, right, from Josh. Ordered it a while back. Uh-oh, what'd you do, Foo? Damn.
So I was moving my arm back, and I forgot the 2 metal bars that pinched the meat on my.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, man.
Pain amongst other men is always funny. It's always funny. Can't go wrong.
Well, I can't drop my headphones and walk it off right now. I gotta
Right.
give the internet what they want.
That's right.
Fuck, man.
No dirt around to rub in it.
Wait.
Anyway, so I ordered some stash
All right,
mail,
we're good.
right?
There
So
you go.
ordered some stash mail. Of course, Josh, packages up, gets it out in a day or two, and it shipped on the 30th, and it got here this evening. 2-day priority, by the way. 2-day priority.
Well, it's that whole holiday.
Yeah, it doesn't excuse you in 8 days, 9 days.
They gotta walk it up there. You know they can't drive.
Put it on the slow donkey to come out here, man. It didn't even go through Opelika.
That you know of.
That I know of. And actually, that's a good point because it was scanned on the 30th when he dropped it off, and then it was scanned on the 4th, and there was nothing between, and even on the 4th when it was scanned, it said it's on its way to its destination. There was no location or anything. It just said we've still got it,
Mm-hmm.
and there was nothing again until today. And it was like, oh, by the way, we're delivering it today. Freaking
Right.
I use that excuse to grab another beer, numb the pain.
Yeah, good.
This is a nitro milk stout, for anyone wondering.
Ooh,
Nice.
which kind?
Nitro milk stout.
Oh, that's the brewery?
It's left,
The brewery's left
left
hand.
hand.
Left
Yeah,
hand.
it's left
Okay.
hand. Yeah.
Okay.
It is a good old solid. If you want something like Guinness, but isn't Guinness.
So, oh, by the way, so that's what I was talking about. So it took, 8 days. Well, I guess today's the 8th. So it took 9 days for the 2-day priority to get here, right? DHL shipped this yesterday
Oh, DHL's crazy, dude.
in Croatia. Croatia.
DHL's crazy,
And it's going to be here
bro.
tomorrow or Friday.
One of these is not like the other. DHL is
yeah.
not the behest of Congress for any kind of reform, okay?
Dude, DHL. I got something from some podunk town in freaking Russia one time, and that shit was here like 2 days later.
Yeah.
Like I ordered it, they picked it up, it came wrapped in Russian newspaper inside of the bag, and there was some super rare old Nixie tubes.
Oh, right.
I bought off some guy on eBay, and he was like, well, he's like, these literally have to go on a cart that goes to the local shipping station, and so anyways, long story short, it was like, I think it cost me like $17 for DHL for a package that probably weighed maybe a pound, but
that's about what I paid probably for this one.
Showed up in 2 freaking days. I was expecting like a week maybe, right? Like, okay, I order this, he's got to go down, do this, he's like nope. He goes, I ship some of this stuff out. I'm like, all right. So freaking I guess I have the DHL app set up, so I get the notifications,
right?
And which if you don't have any of the USPS, UPS, FedEx or DHL apps and stuff like that, absolutely install them, because they give you so much more freedom than you would from just using the website or anything like that, because you can, on some of them, I know the DHL one, you can sign and keep it filed there, and whenever a package comes through, it can automatically use that, so you don't have door tags left, all that stuff anyways, but it gives you way more insight into tracking.
Right.
And another fun tip is USPS. If you're worried about the tracking on USPS and its priority, go on the site and put your phone number in, and when you do the text updates, it actually puts a kind of like a tracker on the package that on their system, it doesn't give it priority, but it gives it kind of like okay, somebody needs to look for this, because you're asking for tracking to come to your phone,
right? So to your point, I use an app on OS 10 called Deliveries, which is like a $4, $5 app or something, but it tracks anything, like any of the carriers. It tracks all of them, and if you click on it, it shows you a map of all the spots, and also if you right click and hit go, it'll just go straight to the site, so you can do all that pre-signing and all that stuff or whatever there, but it's all kind of built into one, and you get the
crotch catch, by the way.
Nice.
You heard that thud. Crotch catch.
I
spared my genitals.
So back to the other thing, the flavor enhanced just said DHL still exists. It not only do they still exist, I know a lot of people, and it seems like especially in the UK for whatever reason, they bag on DHL all the time, but all I know is from over here, those bastards are fast, and their tracking is everywhere it goes. They track in every spot or whatever. You can always see where your package is, and it comes through customs like mad fast. It's like they must get the packages and like sprint past the customs guy or something. I don't know what's going on, but like it gets there and then they're shipped out immediately. It's crazy. Those guys are great, but it is, like, to your point, Mazzy, it is not. They're not free for sure.
No,
but at the same time, I paid. I think it was free shipping because I ordered so many from Josh, but but I think the 2-day priority thing was like $12 or something like that.
Dude, I can tell you that they have saved my ass, and people always complain about shipping, but when you need something, and people are always like, oh well, I'm not talking about your instant gratification folks, right? Because now you're being stupid. You're paying, a super premium for shipping just because you want it tomorrow. But if you need something, I had some stuff delivered DHL like that. It was literally a 2-day turnaround that I needed to get in. It was some acrylic, and it saved the job that I was doing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so the 25 whatever dollars that I paid for the shipping was absolutely worth it. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know of, unless you do like the FedEx worldwide piece, you know, and obviously we're talking here about things that are able to be shipped via air.
Yes. Right.
So you're going to have limitations on stuff like that. But there was another one that I did. A buddy had the screen on his radio that went out, and he was getting ready to go out of town. I was able to find the screen, you know, overseas and pop it out and fix it. And I mean, you know, and I said, you can either do China Post or you can do DHL.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, do DHL if you want to see it this month.
Yeah. China Post probably get there at some point.
Sure. Sure. China Post is kind of like for the people who like getting Christmas presents through the year. You know, it's just a surprise. You're like, ooh, what's in my mailbox? What the fuck did I order?
Well, just ask Fu. Fu ordered that mod like 2 months ago, he said.
Oh, yeah.
It's that box with a bunch of writing on it.
Okay, yeah. So let me tell you the quick story at Hooligans. So I ordered my Chroma R on May 15th. It didn't ship till the 30th. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to forget about this order for 2 weeks and maybe just hopefully shows up and I forget about it, right? Because those are the best kind of shipments, the one you forget about. No, that didn't happen. It hit Miami at the end of June. And as of today, it's in Brooklyn. So hopefully within the next month or two, it'll be at my door.
Yeah.
Straight up, when I was working for the photo agency doing customer service and shit, we were shipping out like limited prints for a limited sale. Mailing the majority of the packages that I had lost were being mailed within NYC, not to Serbia, not to Australia, not to Azerbaijan. No, within NYC is where 51% at least of the orders were getting lost.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Fessy says he thinks DHL has set up their own custom centers. I have no doubt that that's true because it's that fast to come in here. It's super fast. Because if anybody's ever done any business with anybody in the EU or the UK or anybody else over there that's got to come through customs, I mean, it can land like I remember what's that the Pisces T, that old mod that I bought or whatever, right? It came through and it hit the New York IHC or whatever, and it was, you know, several days or whatever. I had one come through Chicago IHC that was like 8 days before it was released, and that was on top of the shipping back and forth. It's crazy.
I think. See, I'm gonna put a picture in chat in here.
Are you serious? How does somebody steal your cash?
Oh, I can't fucking post it in here. Okay, I'll post it in the Slack. I have never seen that before. Read the description. Oh shit, he's gone. So, anyways, I was looking at.
So pack up and come inside. It's 9:00.
Rack mount. UPS.
We'll talk in a few minutes. It's 9:00. Time to bring it in.
It says not for sale in Vermont. I'm like, what? Do you see the picture I put in Slack?
No, sorry.
Yeah, so I was wondering if you wanted to grab that and share it. I was looking through this and I just saw, look at the description. Not for sale in Vermont.
It's going to interfere with the cheese industry.
What the fuck? I'm sure somebody in chat will have an answer, but
no, I really doubt it because that's fucking boggling. It's not like not for sale in California because they say everything causes cancer. That would make sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vermont's like, yo, we got cheese, we speak French, Montpellier.
Not for sale in Vermont. I have never seen just like
it's
Vermont. Just
that is interesting, right? And it's UPS, so surely it's better.
Yeah. Oh, you know why? The people at APC must call it Montpelier. That's why they don't sell it.
Either that or that's where cyber power is made, so they don't want to sell it. They don't want to sell in their state.
Yo, you remember when cyber power was the surge protector to get? Well, I mean, they're still really good.
That's yeah. Oh, and it even has product distribution down at the bottom. That is interesting.
Oh, great. Festy just told me my mic was live just a minute ago. That's fantastic. I muted I muted Zoom, but not not OBS.
Oh.
Fantastic. Well,
Whoops.
well done. Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, I didn't hear you. So
Yeah, you didn't. Just everybody else.
um,
All I did was mute you guys. You know, you guys don't care.
I wonder if it's got some UL certification issues in Vermont. That's just amazing.
Yeah, that's really weird, man.
I'm gonna stick with my Montpelier theory.
That's probably it. Oh man,
Crazy.
crazy
Dude, there's a whole bunch of them that say not for sale in Vermont. That is great.
fucking Vermont
Yeah,
causing problems.
that's crazy. Huh. Well then, what happened to Trip Light? They tripped over themselves. Trip Light's still around. It makes
Yeah,
some-
AAA still around.
Make some good,
my last
work
job.
tables.
That's who they would order all the battery backups and surge protectors from.
Yeah. That handle so familiar.
True. All right. I think that's exhausted all the shit that I got to talk about today.
Word.
I thought I had something to talk about this week. Like, I'm trying to think because I know I got stuff in the mail, but was it like worth talking about on the show?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
both
got
my
these things
Amazon
in, but
packages.
That's not very interesting.
So whenever my Amazon package shows up late, I know it's going to arrive damaged. I've had 2 packages arrive damaged. I had some protein cookies show up.
Yeah.
Mash, remember I showed you that?
You mean your protein cookies that turn back to dust?
The mush.
Well, they weren't dust; they were smushed. I
Smushed,
got
yeah.
refunded for them, and I ate them all, even the ones that were like
That you
half the cookie was in the packaging.
Uh,
It was also left out in 80-degree heat.
Mm.
But normally, I order Quest protein cookies on Subscribe and Save from Amazon.
Yeah.
And my monthly order came, and it was late, and that happens. With that specific product, that's where the majority of my latenesses are coming from. I don't know where, I forget where they're shipping from, but anyway, they
yeah.
always come in a box. This time they came in the same kind of packaging you send shirts in.
Oh shit! Like the clear with the
Not the clear, but the soft packing,
yeah
bags.
Yeah, just
they
a
sent a
bag.
box in a bag,
yeah.
Yeah.
and so when it showed up, it was flat on my scoop.
They're trying to save money.
And I thought I got something else because I was like, I wasn't expecting anything today. And I go and I just feel them. I'm like, these are my cookies. Because you could feel through the packaging, but the packaging was open. I'm like, yep, I've eaten enough of these to know what they feel like through the packaging.
Yeah.
And
It's like
so,
one of the
they'd already
the
refunded
Nature
me
Valley
prior.
bars. Those Nature
What was
Valley
that?
bars, right? That are just they just explode.
Here's
for
the
you.
thing. That's redeemable because you can do the pro move is if you get a crushed up Nature Valley bar,
Yeah.
you just
Mm-hmm.
crush
Finish
it up further, open it up, and just
Dump it. Yeah.
bird seed.
Pixie
bird seed
stick
it.
style. Yeah.
Bird feeder, yeah. My film teacher in high school would call it bird seed because I was quite fond of the regular Nature Valley ones, the green ones, and the peanut butter ones.
Mm-hmm.
Those were good. He'd always say like, "Oh, it's time for your bird seed."
Yeah. Yeah. They did have some sticks and twigs there. That's what my dad called them, sticks and twig bars, because they they had some of that in there.
And I'm just like, it's my bird
they
seed
tasted
for-
fine, and they filled you
Yeah.
up, and they were cheap.
Just God forbid. But here's the thing: God forbid you ate one of those and were without a drink nearby.
Mhm. Yeah. They're a little dry.
It's like second to saltine crackers.
True. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Sorry, we got a little bit of a quick one this week. Not too bad. I guess it was most of 45 minutes or so. A little more than that. 50 minutes, roughly. Anyway, thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for hanging out with us. We did have an angry cat. We did not have 12 meows. I did not think to do that horror. That would have been a good idea. But I did not get the last. Or no, it was this thing, right? Get number 10. Get the 10 meows. We will see you again next week. Same Plumes time, same Plumes channel.
Yeah.
Y'all take it easy.
Peace.
Deuces.